I don't like superhero movies. Yet, somehow I'm always going back to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Why is that? It's because of the Green Goblin. He's one of the coolest and most iconic villain for me. So today I'm gonna break down why the Green Goblin is so iconic to me. Hey all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jordan and I love watching movies and then I review them. And so let's just get straight on into it today. So go grab your popcorn and candy and let's do it. Do it. Usually I say let's dive in, so let's dive in. If I'm being honest, I am not the biggest superhero fan. Never was, still not. Honestly, it took until COVID for me to watch all the Marvel movies. That's how much I just don't care. The reason why I don't care is the superhero movies follow the same storyline. You know, you have like two fights and then one major fight at the end. I don't know. I just don't care too much about it. It's kind of boring for me. That's why I also don't like action movies a lot. I just am not the biggest fan of fighting. It just kind of pauses the movie for me. So personally, I don't like it. So watching this movie and then afterwards thinking, why am I always going back to this specific movie, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Specifically the first one. And I was thinking, it's because of the Green Goblin. It's because of this dude right here. Visually, he's one of the coolest villains ever created. When I was a kid, he scared me so much, yet I kept coming back every single time. I wanted to see the Green Goblin. He was just so visually striking for me. There's something there that just stuck with me. So what about the Green Goblin design that makes someone who does not care about superhero movies come back to that particular movie? Well, I was doing some thinking and just observing his costume, and I think there's a few reasons that I came up with. First, he's all green. It's visually simple and very easy to digest because there's not a lot of different colors clashing with each other, trying to grab your attention. He's just all green.
You're green. I am.
I think that's a pretty bold choice too. And second, he's terrifying. I mean, look at that face. It is so haunting. One of the scenes that scared me the most when I was a kid was when he just blew off half the house and scared Aunt May. Like, that thing scared me so much. I thought that was going to happen to me at one given moment. Talk about how to scare a kid. And yeah, I keep coming back to watching just to see him. But here's what really sets him apart from all the other villains. His suit is super clean.
Fresh.
It's sleek, it's smooth. I mean, it's basically flawless, except for the end when it gets dusted, obviously. I think that's what makes him so unique because all the villains are usually this gritty, kind of slimy, disgusting, unappealing type of character or like the design look. Yeah, he's just clean. He's polished. He's honestly like a matte finish car. The boys will get it. Am I right? All of those elements add up, and that's what makes me want to keep coming back over and over again.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day,
Phone call, Mr. Plankton.
and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
I mean, I can't even name one of the Marvel villains besides Thanos, but he's like a rule to the exception. But literally, I just cannot name one of the Marvel villains. I just think their designs are forgettable. So it really all comes down to character design. So let's test it out with a fun little activity. Who comes to mind when I say Joker? Is it this one? Of all the Jokers out there, why is it this one that you remember? Probably because he's the most visually interesting and unsettling Joker. He's got his big purple coat that's covering most of him, so there's, like I was talking about, just one color, and then he's got that green, greasy hair, long greasy hair that's pretty rememberable. Joaquin Phoenix did that after, but honestly we remember Heath Ledger's more because he did it first. I think his design was very simple. Anyways, back to the Green Goblin. I do think it's his design that keeps me coming back to this movie. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, but if you're giving me the option to rewatch one of the movies in the trilogy, I'm gonna pick the first one. Yeah, the second one's good, and don't even get me started on the third one, but I'm always just gonna go back to the first one because of the Green Goblin. He makes it an easy choice. And during my rewatch the other day, again, it happened where my eyes were just glued to the Green Goblin. Even when Spider-Man is on screen, I'm just like, nope, I just want to see the Green Goblin the whole time. They could probably do a whole movie of him. So here's the deal. At the end of the day, if a superhero movie wants to win me over, they need a compelling villain design. And obviously a great performance too. I mean, that's what got me hooked with The Dark Knight and also with Spider-Man. Both had great villain designs and personalities. Looks like there's no takeaway today, so I am just so sorry I'm disappointing you. Hopefully there's one in the next one, but if you are itching for a takeaway, I'll put one of my videos that does have one in the description below. Also, I'd love to hear your favorite superhero villain, so let me know in the comments which one sticks out to you and why. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 1,000. It's like a partnership. I make these videos and then you get to watch and be entertained. How wonderful. And if you want to know what I'm watching, I do have Letterboxd, so I'll go ahead and put my username in the description below. So go give me a little follow. And until next time, go stock up on your popcorn and candy, and I will see you in the next review.